In this Star Wars gaming news update video, I'm going to be showcasing to you the next Star Wars game. Yes, seriously. It's a minigame within Fortnite, but it's actually a little bit more than that. There are quite a few details and interesting things to think about in relation to the future of Star Wars games. Before we do dive into taking a look at all of that, make sure you do subscribe to this channel so you won't miss any future Star Wars gaming news updates. So, I know what you are probably thinking. Seriously, a Fortnite minigame? Yes, but also it's a little bit more than that. You may also be questioning, is this seriously what the $1.5 billion investment from Disney into Epic Games has amounted to? No, it isn't. This is just a taste of what we will likely see in the future. In case you don't know or need a refresher, in early 2024, Disney and Epic announced a partnership that saw Disney invest $1.5 billion into the company to create a big Disney experience within Fortnite, similar to the LEGO experience that they also invested heavily in, and that's been going for a couple of years now. It's going to feature Star Wars heavily within this big experience. That experience is still under development. Based on what we've heard and what has been officially said by Disney themselves, we are still looking at around a 1 or 2 year wait before that experience actually shows up fully within Fortnite. Before that, we are likely going to be getting Star Wars content in UEFN, but there is no date exactly when that is happening. They announced that all the way back in June, it still hasn't happened, we'll just have to wait and see. I guess it will be coming next year. That is something to think about because people will be able to take the Star Wars content Epic has created for Fortnite and create their own Star Wars games and experiences within Fortnite using UEFN. That means you will be able to create whatever Star Wars game you want within the constraints of Fortnite. And honestly, as much as many people like to rag on Fortnite, myself included, what Epic have done with the creative tools and such is something that very few games could ever dream of doing. We need to actually get back to what we can play today though, and that is Disneyland Game Rush. Disney announced and released it just a couple of days ago, and it's available right now for free in Fortnite. All you have to do is type in the island code, which I will display on screen, and you'll be loading straight into Game Rush after you see the splash screen here. Star Wars is one of the big parts of this experience, and I want to share what I liked about it and what I didn't, and just going through all the Star Wars content that's available. Now, a quick word of warning, this is a limited timed experience, so it will not be made available permanently, which is just so disappointing and sad. There is no date for the ending either, so we don't know when it actually will exit Fortnite, so if you do want to experience this, definitely check it out sooner rather than later. This was made for Disneyland's 70th anniversary, so definitely try and load in and just check it out if you do play Fortnite and see what it's like. So like I said, once you load in, you'll be greeted with what looks like Disneyland. It's pretty good in that sense, it does resemble it quite well, and then you'll notice within just a few seconds, without doing anything, you'll be put into a minigame, be it the Star Wars one, a Marvel one, or Indiana Jones. There are several different ones, and you will be competing with other people to earn points, and you can use those points to earn cosmetics. The Star Wars minigame is modelled after Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, the absolutely incredible experience that all Star Wars fans need to experience in their lifetime at Disneyland. Wow, I have been on it so many times, and it's the best thing ever at Disneyland, in my opinion. I just love it so much, and they essentially modelled parts of that experience for this minigame. It's called Stormtrooper Showdown, and you have 2 minutes to just shoot as many Stormtroopers as possible. There is just so many of them that you constantly spawn. You can take out Captain Phasma and Kylo Ren as well, pick up lightsabers, different other Star Wars blasters, and just use them to your heart's content within the small amount of time, which is unfortunately only 2 minutes. I really do like how they faithfully recreated the various areas from the Star Destroyer as we've seen in Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, be it the bridge that Kylo Ren is on, or the hangar bay, things like that. It's not a one-to-one recreation, obviously, but you can see that they really did try their best to use the content that they could make for Fortnite, or what was already within Fortnite, and create rooms such as like the 8080 room. It looks great and it works well. It's just a shame that it only lasts 2 minutes, and because you are too busy running around trying to shoot as many stormtroopers as possible or take down Kylo Ren, you can't actually really take time to enjoy the full experience. And even if you don't go around shooting anyone, you only have 2 minutes to actually explore this location. And it's also randomized as well. You do around 6 minigames before the lobby sort of resets and it goes again. And it's even more disappointing because you only get 45 seconds between minigames to explore the Disneyland area and do even smaller things such as trivia. As you can see here, there are various questions about Star Wars and other parts of Disneyland. By completing the minigames, so the Star Wars one and then these trivias and such, you'll earn these points, and you can use these points to redeem cosmetics at the shop, which you can see on screen right here. You can also find keys within levels which are extremely rare. Those will unlock golden variations of items. So for Star Wars, there are 2 cosmetics, and they are R2-D2 heads. So this is, according to Disney, the 70th anniversary themed R2-D2 cosmetic head, and then there is also the golden one. You need 100 points to get the standard one, and then the golden one is unlocked with a key. I actually did not notice this key thing right away. It's here if you want to check it out. Once you find a key, you can go and deposit it in here. What I've noticed though is that all of the items, the golden items that you unlock with keys, are randomized, so you can't pick the R2 one, for example, which I just find so stupid. I know it adds more replayability in the fact that you need to go and find all of the keys, but that's just a grind. It's just not fun in my opinion. Yes, you earn XP, but I just want the R2-D2 golden head to showcase in this video, and I found 3 keys and none of them were for the R2 one. So yeah, if you just pick, say, 4 of them up, and you put them all in, you aren't guaranteed the R2 head, which is just annoying. Also, these cosmetics aren't available in the full Fortnite experience, so when you back out, you aren't able to use these cosmetics. They aren't added to your locker. They are exclusive to this experience, which I thought, oh, maybe I was going to be able to put this hat on as a style for my character. No, you can't put this hat on outside of this experience, so it does make the grinding less worth it. You can also change your skin in the game if you wish to do so, so you don't have to back out and change. There is just this phone box that you can go in, and it will allow you to change your appearance, as I am doing on screen right here. Once all of the minigames are done for that round, you will experience this musical number that happens. It's nighttime, it's the fireworks show that you'd expect at Disney, which is cool. Once that is over, the lobby resets and you start all over, but you still will maintain all of your points, all of your score, things like that. So it's not a fresh wipe, which is great, but at the same time, you just can't go out and use the R2 head in the full Fortnite game. You can't purchase anything within this experience. This is an advertisement for Disneyland and such, and for those that like going to Disneyland and are just a Disney fan or just want to experience one of the IP's minigames. So Star Wars, for example, right? We all want to play the Star Wars one. Marvel fans will want to check out the Marvel ones. I was also interested in the Indiana Jones one because I'm a big Indiana Jones fan. So there is nothing that you can spend real money on here. It's just purely an advertisement for Disneyland and such, which makes sense, but also it's very shallow. For kids, I can see this being a big hit, but also it is very shallow. So once they've experienced what there is to enjoy, there isn't anything else worth going for, worth reason to come back and check it out. And that's very visible in the player count. It had a peak of 26,500 people on launch day, and it's quickly dropped to around a few hundred players concurrently for the past few days. There is some value in the sense that, yes, you earn XP and you can enjoy some Star Wars content in a season where there isn't Star Wars content on the map. You know, I'm not a fan of The Simpsons stuff, but if you want to go and play Rise of the Resistance, sort of, not quite, but in that map at least, and play as a Star Wars character, taking on Stormtroopers, Kylo, Phasma, and that, yeah, it's cool, but you can't pick it. It's randomized, and that's just so annoying, and it's only 2 minutes long. There is so much more that could be done here. I hope at the end of this experience they can open this up to just allow people to go in and play this minigame endlessly. You know, just enjoy the sites that have been created for this experience. It will be interesting to see if they decide to do more smaller experiences with Disney and Star Wars and stuff like that before the big main attraction does come out in the future. But I'm not 100% sure how frequently that will be. I doubt it will be very frequent, but this is still something. I just wish it was more. Unfortunately, this is all us Star Wars gaming fans have available to look forward to and enjoy at this moment in time, because we are in this absolutely dead time period where there is nothing but Galaxy of Heroes updates. Yes, a pay-to-win mobile game, 10 years on, is continuously making millions and millions per month and getting updates. Meanwhile, Battlefront is done, Jedi 3 is a few years away, Zero Company, even though it's out next year, is a smaller game, so there is just like no marketing for it. All of the other games that were announced are just in limbo, or no one's just talked about them for years. No new Star Wars games have been announced in so long, aside from Zero Company, which we all knew was happening anyway. Honestly, it's just such a depressing time. There is nothing to do. That's why I've not uploaded in over 20 days. It's the longest I've gone without uploading since before Battlefront 2015 was revealed. And even back then, no, it's actually longer than that. It's like 2013, maybe. Actually, I don't know. This might be the longest gap since starting YouTube where I've not uploaded a video. It's like 21 or 22 days now. Since this video is now going live, it's reset that clock. But yeah, that's crazy. That just shows you how dead Star Wars gaming is right now. There is literally nothing. Except Galaxy of Heroes and this minigame within Fortnite. Seriously. I'm sure some people will enjoy this, and I had fun playing the Star Wars minigame aspect. I didn't enjoy having to be thrown literally every 45 seconds into a brand new minigame. That was just so annoying. But anyway, this is a showcase of Disneyland Game Rush that allows you to play parts of Rise of the Resistance, sort of, within Fortnite, and yeah, you can take out Kylo Ren, which is cool, and Captain Phasma, and do all of that sort of stuff. Anyway, that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on anything I've talked about in this video, so please do let me know down in the comment section below, and remember to drop a like to help support the channel, subscribe so you don't miss any future Star Wars gaming news updates, and if you do miss any of my previous videos, click on the playlist on the screen right now, and I shall see you in my next video. Goodbye.